The Kansas City Chiefs entered Super Bowl LIV carrying decades of anticipation, hope, and determination. For a franchise and fan base that had waited 50 years since their last Super Bowl appearance, the weight of history pressed firmly on the shoulders of this team. Yet within that pressure came undeniable confidence. Led by head coach Andy Reid and the electric talent of quarterback Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs embodied resilience. Every snap, every drive, and every moment throughout the season had built toward this final challenge. The phrase "one game till glory" was not just a slogan, it was the truth. One last contest stood between heartbreak and triumph. The energy around the team was palpable, fueled by an offense that could strike in seconds and a defense that had grown tougher with every week. As the stage in Miami loomed, there was no turning back. The Chiefs knew this was their chance to rewrite the narrative, to transform hope into history, and to seize the long-awaited reward. The Chiefs' journey to Super Bowl LIV was paved by years of near misses and heartbreaks. Kansas City had become a consistent contender, but postseason disappointments haunted the franchise. The crushing loss in the AFC Championship the year prior to the Patriots left scars, but it also ignited hunger. Andy Reid, a coach respected for his brilliance yet often questioned for his lack of a Super Bowl ring, was determined to silence doubt. Patrick Mahomes, still in the early years of his career, carried a poise and confidence far beyond his age. His connection with playmakers like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce made the Chiefs' offense unlike any in the league. On defense, additions like Tyrann Mathieu and Frank Clark brought new fire and leadership. This combination of youthful energy and seasoned determination created the perfect balance. By the time Kansas City clinched another AFC tie, it wasn't just about playing in the Super Bowl, it was about redemption, proving that this team was not defined by the past, but destined to carve a new legacy. Patrick Mahomes was the beating heart of Kansas City's run. His arm strength, vision, and creativity redefined what fans thought possible from a quarterback. Mahomes played with both precision and improvisation, turning broken plays into unforgettable highlights. His composure in high-pressure situations became the difference-maker. Against Houston in the divisional round, the Chiefs faced a shocking 24-0 deficit. Many teams would have crumbled, but Mahomes responded with relentless confidence, sparking 5 straight touchdown drives. His leadership electrified teammates, and the energy of Arrowhead Stadium transformed panic into belief. Again in the AFC Championship, Mahomes delivered iconic moments, including his unforgettable touchdown run that embodied sheer determination. Beyond statistics, Mahomes became a symbol of resilience, a quarterback who never saw a deficit as defeat. Every time the Chiefs fell behind, he rose higher, inspiring both teammates and fans. His presence gave Kansas City belief that no moment was too big and no obstacle too great. In Mahomes, the Chiefs had found not just a quarterback, but a generational leader destined for greatness. For Andy Reid, Super Bowl LIV was more than just another game. It was a defining moment in a career built on innovation and perseverance. Known for his offensive genius, Reid had taken teams deep into the postseason many times, but the championship always slipped away. Critics often pointed to his clock management or postseason struggles, overshadowing the respect he earned as one of football's most brilliant minds. In Kansas City, Reid found the perfect partner in Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback whose talent aligned seamlessly with his aggressive eye-calling. Together, they pushed the boundaries of offensive creativity, breaking records and stunning defenses. Yet for Reid, the Super Bowl represented more than personal achievement. It was about validating years of dedication, loyalty, and resilience. Players rallied around him, determined to deliver the title their coach so richly deserved. As the team prepared for Miami, the narrative wasn't just about Mahomes' rise, but Reid's redemption. A chance to cement his legacy not as a coach who fell short, but as one of the greatest to ever lead. The road to Miami tested Kansas City's resolve at every step. The divisional round against Houston began as a nightmare, with the Chiefs falling behind 24-0 in the first half. But instead of panic, the team responded with composure and explosive offense. Mahomes threw 5 touchdown passes as Kansas City stormed back, outscoring the Texans 51-7 from that point forward. It was a comeback that announced to the league this team would not be denied. In the AFC Championship against Tennessee, the Chiefs faced a bruising Titans squad led by Derrick Henry. The defense, doubted much of the year, rose to the occasion, slowing Henry's dominance and forcing Tennessee into tough situations. Mahomes once again delivered with precision and grit, including his iconic 27-yard touchdown run that displayed his determination. When the final whistle blew, the Chiefs had secured their first Super Bowl appearance in 50 years. These battles showcased not only Kansas City's firepower, but their resilience, their ability to rise when challenged, and their unshakable belief in destiny. For years, the Chiefs' defense was seen as the Achilles heel of an otherwise explosive team. But in 2019, under new coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, everything began to shift. Tyrann Mathieu brought leadership and versatility, playing with relentless energy and inspiring those around him. Frank Clark provided the edge rush Kansas City desperately needed, delivering clutch plays in critical moments. Chris Jones anchored the defensive line, causing havoc for opposing quarterbacks. This unit, once doubted, transformed into a group capable of standing tall in crucial situations. Their performance against Derrick Henry in the AFC Championship exemplified their growth. Shutting down the league's most dominant rusher proved Kansas City's defense could rise when everything was on the line. While the offense grabbed headlines, it was the defense's quiet strength that balanced the team. As they entered Super Bowl LIV, it was clear this was no longer a one-dimensional squad. The Chiefs were complete, fortified on both sides of the ball, and ready to battle the San Francisco 49ers' physicality with confidence and determination. The San Francisco 49ers represented a formidable opponent. With a dominant defensive front led by Nick Bosa, DeForest Buckner, and Arik Armstead, their pass rush had dismantled offenses all season. Richard Sherman anchored a disciplined secondary, while their offense thrived on misdirection and a punishing run game. Raheem Mostert, fresh off a historic NFC Championship performance, posed a dangerous threat. Head coach Kyle Shanahan's scheme blended creativity with physicality, making San Francisco one of the league's most complete teams. For Kansas City, this matchup was no ordinary battle. It was a clash of contrasting styles, speed and explosiveness against strength and discipline. The 49ers' ability to control time of possession with their running game meant Mahomes might be forced to make the most of limited opportunities. Analysts framed it as offense versus defense, but the truth was deeper. The Chiefs would need balance, resilience, and composure to withstand San Francisco's pressure. The stage was set for a heavyweight contest where every mistake could tip the outcome. Only one team would see Isaiah glory. Super Bowl LIV unfolded as a test of patience, resilience, and belief. The Chiefs' high-powered offense faced relentless pressure from San Francisco's defensive line, forcing Mahomes into rare mistakes, including 2 interceptions. Midway through the fourth quarter, Kansas City trailed 20-10, and doubts began to surface. The 49ers' run game chewed clock, their defense closed lanes, and time seemed to be slipping away. Yet, on the sideline, there was no panic. Mahomes gathered his teammates, calm but determined, reminding them of who they were. The Chiefs had faced adversity all season, and this was simply another chapter. With just over 7 minutes remaining, Mahomes delivered a 44-yard strike to Tyreek Hill on Wasp, a play etched forever into Chiefs history. That spark ignited the offense, and suddenly momentum shifted. Kansas City's defense responded with stops, while Mahomes and Damian Williams capitalized with relentless precision. In a matter of minutes, a game that seemed lost turned into an unforgettable rally, setting the stage for one of the most iconic comebacks in Super Bowl history. As the final minutes of Super Bowl LIV ticked away, the Kansas City Chiefs transformed desperation into destiny. Mahomes connected with Damian Williams for a touchdown that gave Kansas City the lead, and then Williams delivered the decisive blow with a 38-yard run down the sideline. The defense, revitalized, closed the door on San Francisco's final attempts. The scoreboard read 31-20, and with that, 50 years of waiting came to an end. Patrick Mahomes, at just 24 years old, was named Super Bowl MVP, embodying the new era of Chiefs football. Andy Reid, after decades of near misses, finally hoisted the Lombardi Trophy, His legacy cemented among the greatest coaches in NFL history. For the players, it was validation of sacrifice, resilience, and unity. For the fans, it was the culmination of generations of loyalty and hope. The confetti rained down in Miami, painting the night red and gold. The Chiefs were champions once again, and the words "one game till glory" had become a reality etched in history. Super Bowl LIV was more than just a victory. It was the beginning of a new legacy for the Kansas City Chiefs. For decades, the franchise had been defined by heartbreak and unmet potential. That night in Miami shattered the narrative and replaced it with one of triumph, resilience, and excellence. Patrick Mahomes became the face of a new dynasty, proving that his talent and leadership could carry a franchise to the pinnacle of the sport. Andy Reid's redemption story inspired coaches, players, and fans alike, showing the power of perseverance. The team's journey symbolized more than football. It was a reminder that adversity can be overcome and history can be rewritten. Kansas City's Super Bowl LIV triumph united a city, energized a fan base, and announced to the world that the Chiefs had arrived on the grandest stage. Glory was no longer a dream, but a reality, and the echoes of that victory continue to inspire. The legacy of one game till glory had only just begun.